make a move in the ring. You can hit me with a word you fling.
We got somebody coming in.
Oh, we got Killer B. What's up, B? How are you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
You're in Las Vegas, right? Is that you're training in Extreme Couture still?
I just got to Houston.
Oh,
but
okay.
yes, I was at Extreme.
Cool. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we got Killer B on the line, our fourth and final guest today on the first ever SCMP x ONE Championship live. B, we wanted to get you on because we thought you'd be perfect to ask about everything going on in your division. There's so much crazy stuff happening the last few weeks. Just, give us your take on the Atomweight Grand Prix. I know for sure you want to be in that, right?
Yeah. I need to be in that, I think. I've had good fights against top girls. That's all I'm interested in. So Grand Prix would be like the ideal thing for me. All I'm going to be doing is fighting top girls if I'm in the Grand Prix. So, and a shot at that title would be dope. And I think this is like just an exciting time, an exciting thing for women, especially at Atomweight, to have such a big tournament is really a big deal. And I want to be a part of that.
Yeah, for sure. And what do you make of, there's been a bit of drama surrounding whether or not Angela should vacate her belt. I think Denise, who had a title shot, kind of guaranteed has now got to go through this Grand Prix. She was saying maybe Angela should give up that belt and we can be fighting for the interim belt or something. Have you got an opinion on that or what?
Yeah, I mean, I understand both sides. I understand Denise's, eagerness to fight for the belt, fight the best, which is Angela. But I think it's kind of great that Chatri, what he's doing, because sometimes as a female fighter, it's really an ultimatum. As a male fighter, you can have children, your wives can have kids, and you can keep fighting. But for a woman, it's really an ultimatum of like career or have a family. And it's beautiful that Angela is given the chance, at least the chance, to have the baby, come right back to work, because that's her responsibility, to come right back to work. Now, if she doesn't come right back to work, as hard as it is, then she needs to vacate. But we need to at least give her the chance. And I think if Denise sees it this way, and if she put herself in Angela's shoes, if she was the one pregnant, she would want the same exact opportunity. And for me, it's great. I love the Grand Prix. It's a lot of action for the fans. There's a chance at the title for us. And also, I think Angela has been a champ for a long time and she deserves it. And Denise, as impressive as her fight with Mei Yamaguchi is, I think a lot of the girls in the Atomweight division could use some more impressive fights, to get to Angela. And so I think it's a great thing. I think that we shouldn't force Angela to vacate right now. But if she doesn't come right back, then I think she should vacate.
Well, we got a fan question for you. We're encouraging everyone, please ask questions. We are live on our SCMP MMA YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, so Pilot is asking, I thought you were in camp based on your Insta. Have you got a fight lined up? Anything you can tell us?
I like surprises as soon as I'm allowed, as soon as something is final. So I will say I was in camp. I am in camp. A couple of things fell through, and instead of playing with people's emotions, I just kept it to myself. But I can't say the date yet, but I will be fighting soon. And it's going to be a fight that you guys, all the fans, have been asking for. So it's a little bit of wait. Be patient with me, but trust me, it'll be well worth it.
Why did you decide to head to Las Vegas for this camp? I know you train out in Houston, and when you're over on this side of the world, you're in Thailand. Why Las Vegas?
So Houston is really great for me. It's my home. It's my off camp. There's a lot of great gyms here, but not a lot of bodies for me. So I went to Thailand. Tiger, I still love Tiger, but obviously with COVID, I had to adjust. And I met Eddie Baracco in Kuala Lumpur cornering Gary. And I've always wanted to train with him, so I thought I'd give it a shot, an American big camp. And I fell in love with it. So that may be my new camp home for the time being.
Yeah, you were out there with I seen you're out there with Cynthia and I think recently Casey just arrived over there, and Casey got signed by the UFC. That was big news. What you've been training with Casey for a while. It's well deserved, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, she was staying with me, and she was coming to America, and she needed a friend. So, she came and lived with me. I was there when she got the call. It's just beautiful to see. Fight game is really hard, and a young girl like her coming to Thailand, which is the new country, then coming to America, just chasing the dream with uncertainty, and her getting the call was beautiful and well earned. And yeah, I've been training with Cynthia Calvillo and Claudia Gadelha, and it's been beautiful. I've trained with Claudia plenty times before, and as we know, they're both great grapplers. So expect the best of me to come. Everybody knows I'm a good striker, but nobody knows about my ground just yet.
There's a video that I saw of you and Ian Heinisch. I love the ending of it though. It's like, do you want me to kick you again? Did you kick him again?
I'm here for my friends. He said it was enough, but I'm always here, and I'm always willing to help if they need me. He said he needed me to kick him in the crotch to make sure his cup worked.
That's a great classic. Now, when you spend some weeks out there in Las Vegas, and it seems like that's the place now for everybody because there's so many like restrictions going on around the States. Mm-hmm. So, I think I forgot who I was talking to, but they said that everybody's like just congregated in Las Vegas. So there's so many other people there, is it pretty crazy?
It's crazy, but XC does a great job of, the people that are in the teamwork are the ones that are based out of Vegas. And, a lot of UFC fighters, other fighters come in with their own camp and they use the facility, but it doesn't get too crazy. I'm not overwhelmed by it. But I do love like the bodies, seeing old friends and training with different bodies. So that's great. Yeah, I think Florida, where Ang La and them are at, and Vegas is probably the best place to train right now in America.
I got a fan question. We are encouraging everyone, please ask some questions, give us a like and subscribe and all that. This one is from Andrew. He's asking, B, coming October 30, who's your favorite to win between the two warriors with Vietnamese background? So he must be meaning Martin Nguyen against Tan Le for that featherweight title. Have you got a prediction? I know you're pretty close with Martin. Are you friends with Tan as well?
I'm not friends with Tom, but I do know him. Anytime I see a Vietnamese fighter, I slide straight in the DMs. I'm like, hi, my name is B. I'm Vietnamese. You're Vietnamese. We're fighters. Let's be friends. So of course, from afar, I support Tan Le. But Martin is definitely a friend of mine. He's like a big brother to me, him and Ang La. So I'm definitely rooting for Martin, and I predict he'll win. I think Tan La is very explosive, but I think Martin is more experienced and ready for what's to come.
Yeah, it's such a stacked card as well.
Crazy.
Do you think Ang La is going to retain his belt? He's up against Rainier de Ridder in the main event. We were just speaking to Tiffany before you came on, and she's against the Panda. Not to forget Christian Lee against Yuri Lapkus. Yeah, off the top of your head, quick fire predictions. What are you going for?
Oh my God, it's crazy. I'm going for. I'm just gonna fangirl it, to be honest. I'm going for Zhang. Correct me again. Her name is. No. How do you pronounce her name?
Oh, Zhang Jingnan, the Panda.
Zhang Jingnan. I've been a huge fan of hers, so I'm definitely rooting for her to win. Of course, Martin and Ang La. I mean, Ang La, I spoke to him before we talked all through his camp, and he's feeling like violent right now. So I'm definitely rooting for him to win. I don't know what it is with the COVID, or what it's brought out of him, or this pandemic, but he is like itching to work. He's itching to hit someone. He's ready. So I'm definitely rooting for him. And the Christian Lee fight, Christian Lee, I hate picking the favorites, but I got all those.
Well, yeah, Tristan was asking us earlier, I think. So hopefully that helps answer your question, Tristan, about whether we think Rainier can beat Ong. I'm backing Ong, I think. John, have you got a prediction?
Of course, it's Ong.
It's hard to root against Ang La,
Exactly. If you know him, if you've talked to him, it's just the guy is just, he's just one of the nicest people you ever meet, and then at the same time, he's one of the most violent people you ever meet.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's impressive. And like because he's such a favorite, whoever bests him is even more impressive. So I'm excited for it.
Now
We were
going back
having.
to
Oh, sorry, John. Go ahead.
yeah, going back to the Grand Prix. Who do you think should be in that Grand Prix? Because it seems like there's more than I think Chatri said 8 women will be in it, but there seems like there's more than 8 women in that division that could have a spot. Who do you feel like should have a spot there?
I think top 5 should have obviously spots. I think the other 3 should be me. I think it should be ones that have fought impressive top girls. I think that also exciting fights. We want to see great fights in the Grand Prix. But yeah, I think those that after the top 5, I think girls that have fought top girls or is Stamp is not in top 5 right now, is she?
No, I don't think so. Is she?
I will double check.
Yeah, I don't.
I would love for top 5 and then me and Stamp and then somebody else. I think Stamp should definitely be in the Grand Prix. I don't doubt that she will be.
Stamp is ranked number 5.
Number
Just
5, okay.
Green here, unless I'm wrong. Yeah, so you'd expect Denise, Mengbo, Lin, and May to be in that, and Stamp. We guess that there's going to be Ham, who they've just signed, the former Rising champ, who John knows very well. She's likely to be in that because I think that's why they signed her.
Yeah.
So maybe that leaves what?
Hirata.
2 spots? Yeah, Hirata.
Itsuki Hirata, yeah.
I really want to see you in it, B. I mean, I remember that fight against Stamp. You guys went hell for leather in Kuala Lumpur. Was it Manila? I cannot remember.
I think I'm definitely the exciting bet. My fighting style. So I think the fact that I fought top people and I'm an exciting fighter should definitely factor into it. But definitely respect to all the top 5. They should definitely be in it as well. I think it's exciting that they signed the Rising champ, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings about her being in the Grand Prix because, of course, it's impressive that she's a champion, but she's new to ONE, so I have mixed emotions about that, about her jumping right into it. But either way, this Grand Prix is going to be amazing, and I'm just glad it's happening for the atomweight division, a weight class that has been overlooked all over the world. Has been picked up by ONE and now given a Grand Prix. So that alone for me is exciting.
Yeah, I think everyone's excited.
Me being in it would be more exciting. I myself have felt quite violent and eager to fight over here.
Do you think that they're going to wait until next year, or do you feel like they should start it now? Since there are no matchups being made yet, why not start it now? Why not get it kick-started early?
I mean, I'm for it. But if they're waiting till 20, if I'm being impartial and not someone who could be in the Grand Prix, if they do wait till 2021, they should have, and if they're indecisive about the last 3, like me, Itsuki, whomever else, they should have fights to earn a spot in the Grand Prix. Why not? If we're waiting until 2021 to do the Grand Prix.
Maybe that's what's in line for you soon. We don't know.
We don't know.
Exactly.
Nobody knows.
Well, we know that you did have a couple of fights that fell through because of injury, and then the pandemic hit. Talk us through the last year, because has it been I imagine super frustrating when all that happened.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about my life, but it's always something, and I'm getting kind of used to it, and I'm kind of starting to use it. I get excited if everything's going right for me. I feel like something's wrong. But ever since I've joined ONE, it's been, every camp has been difficult, and I've rose above it, so I don't mind it. I was supposed to schedule to fight Itsuki Hirata February 3rd, if I remember, or something like that, 13th, and I fractured my elbow 2 weeks before, and then right after that is when the pandemic hit, and I tried to fight again, and then the restrictions and then we rescheduled again, and everybody seems to want to see that fight. So they worked really hard for it to happen. And it's just difficult during this pandemic. So, but I do commend ONE for trying. They tried. You guys have no idea what's happened behind the scenes. I had 4 fights lined up after that, but we were just getting beat like a day before with the border restrictions. So it's been a lot of emotional up and downs, but I'm pretty good at accepting what I cannot change. So it is what it is, and keep it rolling, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to find a picture of that injury. I think you posted it on Instagram.
Oh yeah, it was gnarly.
It was pretty gnarly, yeah.
It was
when
gnarly.
was that today? February or what?
Yeah, I thought I didn't know what it was, and I hyperextended my elbows, both of them, so many times in camp. I don't know what it is about my elbows. And I fought Bozina the entire half of the camp. I was in a cast, but it wasn't broken or anything. It was just hyperextended. And then I fought with it. So I was going to roll with the fight. And then when I sent them pictures, one staff was like, all right, B, let's not push it. We're going to call it. You can't fight with this. It's quite, oh yeah, that's just in the sling. But that was, that was the first day. What was weird was that my whole hand was swelling. So I was concerned about that. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's then that started happening. And then it got worse and worse and worse. And it was, that's my elbow.
That's really swollen. That looks like a leg.
One staff, Victor was like, B, you know what? We're going to call it. Like, I didn't even pull. I kept asking them. I told them ahead of time. I said, look, I don't want to put you guys through more trouble than it would be. So I'm giving you these pictures ahead of time. And they were like, let's watch it for a couple of days. Did not get better. So it was one that really pulled me. It's just, that just doesn't look good. I was like, no, I'm fine. Put some ice on it. Put some Vicks. Put some Windex. Vicks. I don't know. Put a Band-Aid on it.
The old school Asian trick, the Vicks.
Yeah. I'm like, put a Band-Aid on it. I'm fine. Put me in, coach. Yeah, but the staff, one was not having it.
So what's the plan? Yeah, what's the plan now for you, in Houston? Are you just going to train there until something gets,
Yeah, I'm just going to train in Houston. The thing with big camps too is like the city starts surging with COVID. So I just need to be careful and stay safe so I can keep everybody else safe. And Houston, they're really small camps. I'm going to create my own camp here just with a few people, and I'm going to keep in shape and stay sharp that way to stay safe and compete.
All right. Yeah, it was getting kind of crazy, right? Because Cynthia, she got COVID. And
like a bunch of people in the UFC were like dropping out like flies, and yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
The paranoia level must have been pretty crazy, right? Like this person's got COVID, and then now you got to go to the gym, and you don't know who might have it there.
Man, and it's really like hard for us to avoid because of our sport. You really have to say like, it's a risk. We're gonna do it. And then we're going to try our best to be careful. But for me now, I'm just going to have like a couple of people in my camp and take care of them financially and make sure they do everything that they need to keep me safe. But yeah, it's weird. It's like we'll roll together, and then afterwards we'll be like, stay away from me. Like 6 feet. It's like we just rolled like 10 rounds. But
are there people training with the mask on?
No. That's silly. Yeah. Well, have you seen videos or something?
I've seen people like at gyms, people like rolling with masks on, and I was like, man, that must just be really, really uncomfortable just to have that. And then you're sweating too. I
highly doubt the mask. That's like sitting in a car by yourself with a mask on.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
it's weird.
Equivalent to that. So it's a risk. I mean, in this sport, you have to know it's a risk. Some athletes are just choosing to stay in. I know some UFC fighters that are just not fighting because they have risks in the family or something. But at this point, it's a risk.
What happened?
We lost your audio, B. I don't know if you pressed something.
Oh,
it's fine. There you go. Right. Yeah, sorry. Would you just say that again? I don't know we cut off your answer.
I said in the sport, it's a risk, but we're trying our best to adjust. Like me, when there was a surge, I'm like, okay, I got to go home and just create my own camp. We're all learning as we go, right now, and that's what's going on with me.
What about
Sure.
back in Vietnam? I mean, I'm sure you got friends and family. They seem to handle the outbreak pretty well. I heard there was a spike a few months ago, but other than that, they were one of the best countries in terms of infection rate and death. It was very low.
Yeah, Vietnamese people are not new to things going on, tragedies. So when something happens, it's just like, even with me, when you asked earlier, like, B, like, how was your year and how'd you deal with it? People, different countries as a whole are dealing with it differently because they've dealt with other tragedies before. And so when it came, Vietnam was just like, all right, it's here. How do we deal with it? We're going to all follow the rules and let's just knock this thing out. And then some other countries are like going mad, So I think that's partly why Vietnam is doing so well. They were composed and listened to the rules, and the government handled it quickly. Although right now they are going through a really, really bad flood in my home town in Hue, actually. My family and I were just talking about it in the group text, so we were going to send money home. But yeah, we sometimes forget because we're in a pandemic that there's like other things that are at risk and could happen also, But yeah, the prayers for Vietnam for sure, because the flood is really, really bad over there right now.
I see, the gear that you've been putting out, your clothing line, it looks pretty dope. Like, how has, the response been with all of that?
It's been good. I'm surprised. Everybody's been asking me for gear, but honestly, just out of respect and to people, I guess, is how I was thinking. It's like the pandemic, everybody's dealing with financial loss. Mm-hmm. Like, who am I to be like, come buy my stuff? But everybody asked for it, and when I released it, everybody bought it and enjoyed it. So I'm very thankful and grateful for that. Yeah, I kept it simple and dope. You guys should send me your addresses. I'll send you the gear.
Well, is that something that you're gonna continue doing and maybe even like expand out and do other things? For sure. I have a lot of projects going on all the time. I'm just always trying to. I think martial arts, we're artists, and as much as I express myself in martial arts, I like writing, I like designing, I like all those things. So I'm just practicing my art and expressing myself as much as possible. I've been doing a lot of writing, and I have some ebooks coming out. I actually have a biography coming out. I mean, a memoir coming out. Yeah, just keeping busy and sharing my story and staying creative.
Yeah, B, I have a collection of weird stuff behind me. I mean, if you have any swag I can take, I would love to add it to the background.
I got what is that what is that big head bobblehead thing? Is that you?
That's Thor. No one's ever compared me to Thor.
You look just like Thor. I could see it. Same, just a little different.
Well, if you have a bobblehead of B, we'd love to have that here. I think one just sent me some gloves, actually, like the boxing gloves and the MMA gloves. So I'm going to get that in the background. I left it in my office, though. I'm just at home. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely send it. It'll probably just be a beat. Yeah,
sounds good. Okay, well, yeah, John, any other questions? I think we have a few more minutes as long as you're happy still to talk, B.
Yeah, I'm here for you.
Awesome. It's a lot of support for you in the chat here. Everyone's saying they want to see you in the Grand Prix.
Yeah, it's social media has been going a little crazy. Yeah. I mean, but I honestly, I'm confident that I am capable of winning the Grand Prix, but I'm also humble in the sense that I know a lot of people. I'm new to one, so I know a lot of people have been doing work to be ranked in the top 5. So whatever one decides to do, I'm happy with. I do know that. I mean, I think everybody knows that if I'm in the Grand Prix, it's going to be a fireworks. So I'm always exciting, always crazy. Always here to shake the show up a little bit.
Yeah, even if you're not in the Grand Prix, you can slide in at any moment, because usually Grand Prix don't work out the way that everybody wants it to, and somebody slides in, in between somewhere and takes over.
Yeah, I've been sliding in Victor and Chatri's DMs this whole month, so I think they're sick of me. Chatri and Victor, like, we know, we see it online. We know everybody wants you in the Grand Prix. I do too. We'll see what's going on.
I'm speaking to Chatri, doing an interview with him tonight around about 10:30 Hong Kong time. So I can ask him. I'll put him on the spot. I'll say the fans are demanding to see B in the Grand Prix.
Yes. I don't think the fans are very subtle about it. I think they're really vocal about it. So, again, I'm respectful of the rankings. So I'm just here and available and ready to shake it up and kill the show if they put me in it.
A few people have said it could be 16. They have enough women to go 16. Would you like to see a 16 bracket? Or, I mean, it's traditionally 8, isn't it? But there's at least 8 we can think of. So I don't know. Maybe they could bring some more people in from. I know they did, with Shuto and Pancras, things like that. And everyone's mentioning like Deep Jewels. They could bring in people from there. And then there's like local leagues. Is that something you'd like to see?
If I'm in that with all those girls, Jules and Ryzen and stuff, that's like heaven for a fighter. Like me anyway. I've always said that I'm just here to fight the best. Coming into one as. I only had like 2 fights with one, and I wanted Snap right away. I wanted Mei Yamaguchi right away. I called Angela Lee out the first interview I've ever had with one. So all I want to do is fight top girls, and all I want to do is put on a show. I'm not here searching for perfect records. That's long and gone, but I'm here to search for, impressive victories and exciting fights and fighting the best. So is it all MMA you want to focus on now? Because I know you were doing a bit of Muay Thai still when Vietnam were hosting their first one event. You fought on that, but they obviously haven't got MMA there yet. Are you just going to focus on MMA now? Do you think that might be the key to this whole thing? Yeah, I've always been focused on MMA. I've always been focused on MMA and climbing the ranks and doing MMA. But like I said, I'm really passionate about bringing MMA to Vietnam, and if I have to compete in a different sport to do it, I was going to do it. I was not going to miss that Vietnam card, and I won't miss any Vietnam cards coming up, God willing, if any injury or anything. But if they wanted me to play ping pong or hopscotch and it's on a stage in my country, I'm doing it, guys. Like, I don't care if it's boxing or yoga, I'm doing it. I want to be on stage in Vietnam in front of my people. What's one of those fights you had scheduled this year? Was that going to be on a card? Because I think I remember they had a Vietnam card ready to go in April or something. And was there going to be MMA on that as well? That was going to be Muay Thai again. Okay. Vietnam is really close to. That's one of the things that I've been sad about with this pandemic, because Vietnam was really close to legalizing MMA, and that's huge in Vietnam, and that's what we're all working towards as Vietnamese athletes. So that's been put on hold due to the pandemic. But hey, all we can do is just keep it rolling, and I think although we can't do it in Vietnam yet, if Martin and I and Tan are all killing it and keep killing it, it's inevitable. Yeah, we had a user was asking the same thing as me. Sorry, we were just discussing. So you will still compete Muay Thai, but primarily if it's in Vietnam. Yeah, I'm not interested in Muay Thai anywhere else, and I'm really not interested in competing Muay Thai. I want to focus on MMA. But like I said, I'm gonna be on that. If you see a Vietnam card, I'm on there somewhere. If I'm not on it, I'm gonna go corner somebody. Or go interview somebody or something. I need to be there. I want to be in that conversation at all times. Does Martin want to fight on the Vietnam card as well? He does, but he does want to do MMA, and I don't. Yeah. He's not going to budge as much as me on that. I understand though, because he's the champ and he's been the champ for so long. That's different. He has different things riding on that than me. I'm a little more free to do that. So. But it's okay. I'll do it for him. Do you have any rough idea when maybe they might legalize MMA in Vietnam? Yeah, although Martin isn't on the Muay Thai cards, he's working really hard. Victor is working really hard to get it going in Vietnam. whether we have a show or not, or whether we continue to have shows or not, One has been dedicated to getting MMA into Vietnam, and it's been good. They've made a lot of progress. Really, really close to it. Really close.
Yeah, I hope so. It's one of my favorite countries to visit. I know I can't go anywhere at the moment. I'm stuck in Hong Kong, but
yeah, I tell everybody that
number
it's like
one.
it's a secret hidden gem because, and I kind of want it to stay that way. I should probably stop telling people. It's not one of those spots where you're gonna go and it's like riddled with, you know, when you go places and they change the local foods to kind of like dilute it a little bit, add a little less spice. I don't want that to happen to Vietnam. You know, I want the corner ladies to scream at you and and the market people to hustle you. That I want it to stay the way it is. But it's a beautiful, beautiful country.
When's the last time you were there? Has it been a while, I imagine?
No, I was there right before I was there in March, and right before I came back home. So yeah, I miss it. I wish I would have stayed, but I couldn't. There's a lot of restrictions. So I had to go home. They were like, you got to get out of here. But I'll be back. I've been trying to get back for a while now.
We have a comment here from Seppi a lot saying, too bad, I was hoping to see Martin do hopscotch in Vietnam as well.
Martin's competitive as hell. So if there was hopscotch, he'll try to do it if it doesn't affect his MMA.
We need B against Martin in hopscotch, I think, in Vietnam.
I would murder Martin. Martin may be my big brother in MMA, but anything else, I'll murder him. And hopscotch, he's done.
Yeah,
they need to. I would love to see competitions between fighters, different competitions like that, ping pong or something, because we're so competitive. It's wild.
Did you get up to some of that stuff in the athletes retreat? I don't know if you went on that one. They had a couple. Last year after.
I
Tokyo.
didn't. I was like the stepchild sitting on the outside of the window because I just entered one, so I get it. I'm like, okay, I'm a newbie. Literally just entered one, and I was in Phuket, and they had it like 2 hours away from me. So I was watching everybody's Instagram, like sitting next to the beach, pretending I was on that beach. But no, I wasn't there. But it looked like they had fun. I'm hoping to be at the next one though.
Yeah.
Were there any talks?
I think I'll get the invite this time.
Were there any talks of you like being on The Apprentice? Because I would think you'd be perfect for that. You know, you're an entrepreneur. You know, you've been on reality show before. Did they talk to you about it?
I was interested in it. Some fans were talking about it, but I think there's actually some really interesting people in one with prior careers or current careers that are really interesting. Like, I don't know if anybody knows, Janet Todd is an engineer. Gary was an accountant. Like, there's a lot of, I would love to be on Apprentice, but I think they would be pretty interesting on that. I don't even know who's on it.
Nobody does.
Oh.
Nobody does.
Well, I'm gonna ask Chatri tonight. I'm gonna get some details.
Grill him. Although I've never seen Chatri sweat, so good luck. Literally never seen him sweat, except for when he's giving his motivational speeches.
We did actually have something I wanted to. The question from one of the users here. I think you just mentioned about Gary. How much does Guitar Shaman get? Talk about stocks in the gym.
Oh my God, all the time. He just won't shut up about it. He put me in a group chat, and I was really excited to learn more about it. I do dibble dabble in it, but he trades it. And it's like, I had to mute that conversation. It's like Gary just talking about stocks. And Gary's one of those text messages, texters. Have you seen those texters? Like, you would, if you have a whole point or if you're talking like here, put it in a paragraph. Gary will say, hi, send. Today, send. Apple is up, send. It's like 50,000 notifications, and like, oh my God, it's all about stock. Whoever asked that should follow him on Twitter. It's insane. But he's really smart and he's making good money over there. So
what about Bitcoin? I know there's a lot of people, a lot of fighters out there that are pretty into that trading, that Bitcoin.
He's really into it, but he jumped into it early. I'm kind of mad that I didn't jump on that train, to be honest. I will say right now, I'll admit I was a Bitcoin hater, and now I'm like really sad and mad at myself because it's like 13K right now because PayPal. See, I knew that because of Gary.
That's right.
He keeps me in the loop. Are you guys in? You guys have Bitcoin?
Nah.
No, I'm.
You guys
really
need to
bad
join
with-
Gary's. You need to follow Gary on Twitter. That's what you
Okay,
do.
I'll follow him.
Yeah, follow him on Twitter, and then money will just appear in your bank account.
I haven't got any in there, so that would help. Yeah.
Well, it'll go from negative to positive.
All right.
Where
I
are
can do
you?
that.
Where are you guys right now?
I'm in Hong Kong, and yeah, John, you Seoul, John?
Yeah, I'm right outside of Seoul in Korea.
My sister lives in Hong
Yeah.
Kong. I was just there.
Oh,
in
yeah.
November. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I saw you put on Instagram you were there.
Yeah, my sister got married in Hong Kong. She's an economist in Hong Kong.
Oh, okay, cool. It's a
Yeah.
great place. Where did you go?
To her wedding. She had the celebration at the Chinese library,
Okay.
and then the cathedral was where she had it. And yeah, I really don't know. I know I got lost a lot, and then I went to go to train with Elaine. That was cool. That's when we did the salsa bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great city. Do you think one may ever come here? I'm not holding my breath. I think they may come to Macau, which is, just a ferry ride away.
Macau would be really cool. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Although I know they have China has restrictions for tattoos, so I think I'm out on that. I'm like covered in tattoos.
Did you see Lee Kai-wen? He's been removing all of his tattoos.
Removing?
There's a picture leaked of him, and his whole body is tattooed, and now it's like blank, I think.
Oh my god! I heard that's painful, and I heard some of it doesn't work.
Well, there must be plans afoot for him to kind of spearhead something in China if he's doing that, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's like, I hope they're paying him for that. Ouch. Because I got these tattoos all when I was young and didn't feel pain, when you're young and like nothing can harm you. And now I'm 30 years old and like I can't even take a paper cut. So I know I'm not getting any more tattoos and I'm not removing any. I'm like a big old baby now. So kudos to him. That's like getting it burned off your skin.
Yeah, I don't have any. John, are you a tattoo man?
Yeah, I got like my back covered and stuff on
really?
my arms. Yeah.
A dragon?
No, tiger.
Okay. I had to ask if it was a dragon.
Hey, Asians only got two things. They got a tiger or a dragon. That's the only one.
I have neither on me. I have Muay Thai on me. But yeah, that Chinese guy, he'd be scary to fight. If you removed all your tattoos, I don't see you tapping to any of my submissions or like punches anytime soon. That's wild.
He was covered too, like arms, chest,
It's the guy
back.
with the eye tattoo, right?
Yeah.
Does it mean the same in China as it does in
I
America?
don't think so.
Okay, because it says
Maybe it's a different meaning.
I found it. We got a picture of it here. I'm going to share it. I think you know Tom Taylor as well, B, right?
Yeah.
He tweeted this out. Let's see if I can.
Look at him, man.
What do you mean? Whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Looks like the whole thing.
Dude.
Yeah.
Does he have any skin left?
I don't know. I don't know how it
Because
works.
essentially they're lasering the ink out of his skin.
Jesus.
Very
very painful.
Do that.
Oh my god, that's incredible. I see so much skin right there. That's crazy. I'm gonna slide into his DMs and ask how much it hurt. Because I want to remove some of mine.
Well, yeah, ask him what's going on with him, because I know he just signed with Legend. With Audi Attar Paradigm, who runs Legend as well. So
Is that like a promotion?
Yeah, they just brought it back, and it used to be based in Hong Kong, but now it's going to be based out of Macau. They had a show in December last year, but there's speculation maybe he might be going to Legend. That's why he's removing all the tattoos, because if he's still with ONE, he can fight in other countries, right?
The other countries, yeah.
I mean, there was speculation about his contract with ONE. I don't know. Yeah, if you do slide into the DMs.
What do you think? What do you think that conversation was? Yeah, you can come over here, but gotta remove all your tattoos and hair and fingernails. Be like, you know what? Say less, bet, sign me. It'll be done next week. What?
They gotta make it worth his while, right?
Yeah, I don't even know if they even like told me to wax one eyebrow. I don't even know if I love the sport, but I don't know how much. Like,
Is ONE like that as well? Do they have fighters have to cover up their tattoos in China?
yeah, but ONE works with us, you know, like when there's rules, they try to figure out how we can compete. You know, they're not trying to get us to change our body to compete there, and ONE has so many fighters, and so we make it work. In Vietnam, it's the same rules, but it's not as strict as China. It's just that if it's not visible, so we just taped up my hand, my forearm. We put tape on it, and that was it. But honestly, also I did Muay Thai, so it's different. Doing MMA with tape or with long sleeve is so difficult. There's a lot to consider, but yeah, ONE doesn't ask crazy. Like ONE would not ask us to do that. I don't believe. I just don't. I can't hear Chachi saying, you know, remove your tattoos and come talk to us.
When Bruno, you know Bruno from Tiger, when he fought in China, they made him wear a rash guard. When he fought MMA, yeah.
You know what's funny is that's worse for your opponent.
Yeah.
Because arm triangles, they lock in. If I have any kind of arm locks, that's why you can't in America, you can't wear long pants to fight MMA. Is that the case in ONE? I don't know, but when you do like body triangles or you triangle with leg, it sticks. It's hard to pull somebody off. There's no sweat. It's a lot of friction. So it's a lot to consider. Yeah, I don't think ONE would ever do that. I've only been asked to do things out of respect for religions. Like in Kuala Lumpur, I covered up. I wore a t-shirt and longer shorts, and that's about it, which I was happy to do. But yeah, it's wild. I can't stop thinking about the tattoo thing. I'm going to look for it after this. I'm going to stay up all night researching laser removal.
Man, that place must smell really bad.
Yeah, you're just burning skin. And I would imagine, like, if I would just cuss them out if they had, like, the chart that says your pain level, like, it would be 1,000.
Yeah, but he's probably just such a gangster that he's just like, do it.
I mean, yeah,
let me bite this piece of wood. Let me bite all this piece of wood and just laser it off, or like when they do in the movies, like they bite on the towel or whatever. And it just takes the pain. Seems like that type of guy.
Yo, I would bite my teeth off. That's wild. That's so painful, you guys. Have you ever had laser removal, boys?
No way.
No, I don't want to do that.
And I was like, I'm good. I'll just shave. TMI on this radio show right now, but laser removal, like, that's even bad.
No, I would have to get a tattoo first. I'm hoping to get one soon, but
get a neck.
Wait, so would he have to be bandaged?
I don't know. No idea what's going on with him. I'm trying to get an interview with Lee Kai-wan as well, just to clear everything up.
Yes, please. And let me know when that's going to air, because I would feel like if I got laser tattoo removal all over my body, I would fill the tub up with Vaseline and just jump in.
Maybe he's been sitting in the tub for like 3 months. That might be
or
why
like
he's
just
not talking.
wrap saran wrap and Vaseline all over my body. Like, forget COVID. Social distance from, like, don't even touch me because I had laser removal. Okay, sorry guys, I'm really hung up on it.
Well, why don't we could just get like a final update from you. When can we expect a bit of fight news? You alluded to it earlier. Anything you can give us? So, all right, let's see what I can give you. Oh, it's like trick it. All right, so I will say this: nothing is guaranteed, during this time and under these circumstances. But you will see me return to the circle before the year is over.
Perfect.
Okay.
How about that?
Perfect.
That's
Now
enough
we
to
can
go.
speculate.
Yeah. We're going to speculate for half an hour later.
Now it's
Yeah.
gonna be like memes of B versus all over the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting.
I'm
I'm
down for
excited.
that.
Yeah, and honestly, I really used to question, because I'm older and all the girls in my division are like 20 years old. So I'm like, man, am I too old now? But the more and more I do camp, the more I'm like, man, I am in my prime right now. And so I know you guys hear this so much as journalists, but honestly, the best of me coming up.
Yeah, I expect it. I expect it because you've been training in Vegas with just killers out there. So I'm pretty sure that has been an incredible experience.
Yeah, and what's interesting is right now in the pandemic, like, what is everybody doing? How is everybody training? If you see, I know ONE has had a bunch of cards, and UFC has had a bunch of cards, and some fighters are killing it post-pandemic or during pandemic, and some are just not what they used to be. So this is a really interesting time to be a fight fan.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll wrap it up there. We've taken loads of your time, and you got to go think about laser removal. You were saying all night. Yeah. No, thanks so much, Killer B Nguyen. Am I pronouncing that right? Is it Wing, right?
No, it's Nguyen. You're right.
Nguyen. Okay, because my girlfriend's Vietnamese, and she gives me so much stick. She's like, it's
She should.
Wing.
That's good. You
Not
have a good one
Nguyen.
then. You have a good one.
Yeah.
Some people are just like, say whatever, I don't care.
But she said it's Wing. I'm saying it wrong, like Nguyen, or I don't know, maybe.
I'm going to say in Vietnamese right now. Our last name is Nguyen.
Mm.
So some will say Nguyen, some will say Nguyen, but, it's really Nguyen. You should just, do that.
Well, she's a big fan of you as well. It's like she told me to say hi. So
What's her name?
it's Len. I almost forgot there. Sorry.
Hi, Len.
Yeah, she'll be happy with that. No, thanks, B, so much. Really appreciate it. This was the first ever time we've done this, and it's been really fun. Hopefully, we can get you back sometime, maybe when the fight's announced or after your, I'm sure, your next big win. So thanks so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, anytime, you guys. Always love chatting with you guys.
All right, yeah, thanks so much. We'll catch you next time. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.